Hold on just a minute now. Don't you scroll past this here moment. Don't let your finger swipe away from what I'm fixin' to say, 'cause this ain't no accident. You didn't just stumble on this video by chance. You weren't just scrolling through and happened to land here by some lucky break. No, sir. I placed this video right in your path. I, the Lord your God, the one who knows every hair on your head, every tear you've cried in silence, every prayer you whispered when you thought no one was listening, I set up this very second. I moved heaven and earth so that right now, at this exact moment, your eyes would be reading these words, and your heart would start to tremble with recognition. 'Cause something is about to happen. Something's already in motion. Within the next hour, a surprise is heading your way. Someone, now I ain't ready to tell you who just yet, but someone is being stirred right now at this very instant to bring you something that'll change the way you see your whole life. Archangel Michael himself has been sent. His sword is drawn. The announcement has been made up in heaven's courts, and what was sealed is now being released. But I need you to stay with me. I need you to hear every single word I'm about to speak over your life, 'cause if you leave now, if you click away, you'll miss the activation. You'll miss that moment when the spiritual and the physical come together and your blessing takes shape in the natural world. So stay right here. Take a breath. Let your shoulders drop. Ease the tension in your jaw. I know you're tired. I know you've been carrying a heavy load that some nights you weren't sure you'd make it till morning. But you did. And that alone proves I've been holding you. That alone proves my hand has never left your back. So don't move. What I'm about to reveal to you is something I've been preparing since before you took your very first breath. I see you, dear one. I see the version of you nobody else gets to witness. I see the one who smiles through the day and breaks down come night. I see the one who picks up the phone with a cheerful voice while tears are still drying on the pillow. I see the one who's been strong for everybody else, carrying the weight of families, friendships, and responsibilities that were never yours to bear alone. You've been the shoulder, the anchor, the rock. But who's been your rock? Who held you when the world went quiet and loneliness crept in like a cold wind sliding under the door? I have. Even when you couldn't feel me, I was right there. When you lay in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake, every rejection, every time someone made you feel less than enough, I was lying right beside you, whispering into your spirit that you are more than enough. You're more than what they said about you. More than the failure they predicted. More than the diagnosis, the debt, the betrayal. I watched you cry in the shower so no one would hear. I heard your prayers when your voice was so broken it barely formed words, and every single one of those shattered prayers reached me. Not a single tear was wasted. I gathered them all, stored them in vessels of gold, and I'm telling you today, those tears have watered the ground where your harvest is about to spring up. The pain wasn't in vain. The weight wasn't empty. Every second of suffering was a seed, and the time to reap has now come. You thought I forgot you. Thought I moved on to someone more deserving, someone more faithful, someone who prayed louder or sinned less. But that ain't how my love works. My love ain't a prize for the perfect. My love is a relentless pursuit of the broken, the weary, the ones life's beaten down but still find the strength to whisper my name one more time. And you did. You whispered my name. And here I am. Now let me tell you something that'll shake the very foundation of what you thought you knew about yourself. Before the world was made, before the stars were hung in the sky like lanterns, before the oceans knew their boundaries, I spoke your name. Not some generic name. Your name. The one your mama gave you. The one folks call you by. The one you sometimes wish you could change because it reminds you of a past you'd rather forget. That name echoed in eternity's halls. Angels paused. The heavenly host turned their attention. And I declared, "This one is mine. This one will walk through fire and not be burned. This one will face the storm and not be swallowed. This one will be tested more than seems fair, but will come through with a testimony so mighty it'll set thousands free. You were chosen, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing. Not because you got it all figured out, but because even in your confusion, your doubt, even those times you wondered if I was real, your heart never fully let go of me. And that grip, that tiny trembling grip you held on my hand even when the dark was suffocating, that's what made you chosen. You held on. When others would have walked away, you held on. And 'cause you held on, what I'm about to pour into your life will be so abundantly beyond what you ever dreamed. You'll fall to your knees and weep, not from sorrow, but from the overwhelming realization that I was working all along. Now I gotta tell you something about the battles you've been fighting. You've been wondering why everything seems so much harder for you. Why doors that open easy for others slam shut in your face. Why relationships that seem effortless for everyone else fall apart in your hands. Why money breakthroughs that come natural to some feel like pulling teeth for you. It ain't 'cause you're cursed. It ain't 'cause you're unlucky. It's 'cause you carry something. You carry a light inside you so threatening to the kingdom of darkness that the enemies sent forces to slow you down, to distract you, to discourage you, to make you believe your life will never change. The attacks weren't random. The heartbreak was strategic. The betrayal was calculated. The financial drought was planned. Every single obstacle was placed there on purpose, because the enemy knows what I put inside you. He knows the calling. He knows the anointing. He knows if you ever fully wake up to who you really are, his whole operation in your bloodline, your family, your neck of the woods will come crashing down. That's why the warfare's been so fierce. That's why you're so doggone exhausted. You ain't weak, you're targeted. And there's a mighty difference between the two. A weak person breaks under pressure. A targeted person is pressed because they're powerful. And you, my beloved, are powerful beyond what you understand right now. The enemy tried to bury you but didn't reckon you're a seed. And seeds that get buried don't die. They push through the dirt, crack concrete, and rise up to the light. Your rising has begun. Archangel Michael's been fighting for you in realms you can't see with your natural eyes. Principalities that held your blessings captive are falling right now as you hear these words. Chains that wrapped around your destiny are breaking. Decrees issued against your prosperity, your health, your peace, your family are being cancelled out in heaven's courts. This ain't no feel-good talk. This is a divine decree from God's throne, and it's being carried out as you read this. And I want you to understand something about this invisible war, because there's knowledge that's been kept from you. Knowledge the enemy don't want you to have. For generations now, the 7 swords of Archangel Michael have been a mystery kept away from everyday folks. Now these ain't just fancy metaphors. No, sir. These are real spiritual weapons, each one crafted to cut through a different chain, break a different curse, and seal a different blessing. Most folks wander through life fighting spiritual battles without knowing the tools they got at their disposal. They pray without aim, declare without authority, and fight without a plan. And that, my friends, is just how the enemy wants it. But there's a guide out there, a map, if you will, that lays out these 7 swords in detail. It tells you which sword to draw against which attack, and teaches you how to wield them with the authority heaven's already given you. It's called The 7 Swords of Saint Michael the Archangel, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen. This ain't no ordinary devotional. It's a battle manual for the spiritually chosen, meant for folks just like you. People who know they're under attack and are ready to stop being victims and start being warriors. You'll find the link to this digital book right at the top of the comments, the very first pinned one. Now, there have been some folks trying to hush this message because it shakes up comfortable religious stories and empowers believers in ways that rattle the status quo. But it's still out there right now. Download it as an act of faith and drop a comment saying, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book." Do it now, because what I'm fixing to share next is going to call for the kind of spiritual armor this guide provides. Now listen close, because I'm about to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself about your past. You've been carrying a tale saying you're behind, that you missed your shot, that the best years are gone, and all that's left is regret and dreams that never took root. But I'm telling you straight, that story is a lie straight from the pit of hell, and I'm setting fire to it today. Every delay you faced was my doing. Every closed door my hand. Every relationship that ended, that was my protection. Every job lost was my redirection. You thought you were failing, but you were being filtered. Thought you were abandoned. You were being repositioned. The years you call wasted, I call preparation. The seasons you call empty, I call incubation. Do you know what happens during incubation? Life's taking shape in the dark. You can't see it, can't feel it, can't measure it, but it's working. And right when you think nothing will ever change, the shell cracks open, and out comes something so beautiful, so powerful, so alive, it catches everyone off guard. That's what's happening in your life right now. The shell's cracking. The incubation period's coming to a close. And what's about to come out of this season of hiding is gonna stun the folks who wrote you off. The co-worker who snagged the promotion you deserved will watch in amazement as you're lifted to heights they could only dream of. The family member who whispered about your struggles behind your back. They'll be silenced by the undeniable favor shining on your life. The friend who walked away thinking you had nothing to offer will come back, not because you need them, but because they see the glory on you and know they can't afford to be left out. I don't just restore. I multiply. I don't just fix. I upgrade. What I'm bringing you ain't a return to the past. It's a quantum leap into a blessing so big your old self couldn't hold it. That's why the wait was long. I wasn't just shifting your circumstances. I was growing your capacity, expanding your ability to hold what I'm ready to pour out. Now, my dear one, let me paint you a picture of what's coming. Close your eyes if you can and let my voice guide you. See yourself waking up with a lightness in your chest you ain't felt in years. The heaviness is gone. The worry that used to greet you before your feet hit the floor. It's vanished like morning dew under the sun. You stretch, you breathe deep, and for the first time in forever the air feels clean, full like it's breathing hope itself. You check your phone and there it is. A message, a call, something that makes your hands tremble and your eyes fill with tears of disbelief. The financial breakthrough you prayed for has arrived, not in a trickle but a flood. Money's flowing in from places you never expected, through channels you didn't create, in amounts that make those debts and bills feel like distant memories from another life. Your pantry is stocked. The fridge is overflowing. Your kids are fed, clothed, laughing with a joy that echoes through halls that used to be heavy with worry. You sit round a table filled with folks who truly love you, people who see you, value you, not for what you can give, but because your very presence blesses their lives. Your body is healing. That pain you've been carrying, that diagnosis haunting your nights, that symptom you kept secret, it's fading. Cell by cell, organ by organ, system by system, I'm restoring you to a vitality that leaves doctors calling it remarkable, unexpected, even unprecedented. But you'll know the truth. It was me. Your sleep will be deep and peaceful, your mind clear and focused. The fog of depression and confusion that's clouded your thoughts for months, maybe years, will lift and you'll think, create and dream with a clarity that'll astonish you. Broken relationships will mend. The one you thought you lost forever will reach out. That hard conversation you've been dreading will unfold with a grace that surprises you both. Forgiveness will flow like a river, washing away bitterness and resentment, leaving behind only the solid bedrock of love. This ain't no fairy tale, y'all. This is prophecy. And I don't speak prophecies that don't come to pass. Now I need you to hear this with the ears of your spirit, not just the ones on your head. What I've prepared for you requires something from you. It requires surrender. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of trust. I need you to lay down the weapons you've been using to fight battles that ain't yours to fight. I need you to loosen your grip on outcomes you weren't meant to control. Stop trying to figure it all out with your limited human mind, and just trust that the God who flung galaxies into space, who tells the ocean where to stop, who keeps planets in their orbits with nothing but a word, this God is more than able to handle the details of your life. Give me your finances, give me your relationships, your health worries, your job troubles, your family messes, your secret fears you ain't told a soul. Give me your shame, your guilt, your regrets. Give me all of it. I'm not asking you to pretend these things don't exist. I'm asking you to hand over ownership from your shaky hands to my steady ones. When you do that, something supernatural happens. The weight lifts, the clarity comes. Now, y'all, there's a peace out there that just don't make no sense when you look at your troubles. It's a peace that goes beyond what any of us can understand. It fills you up so deep, and you come to see that rest ain't something you gotta earn after the fight. No, sir, rest is the very stance you take before you win that battle. Rest in me tonight. Lay your weary head in my arms. Let me carry the burdens you've been hauling all alone. You weren't ever meant to carry this weight by yourself, and the fact that you have just shows how long overdue it is for you to set it down. Let it go now. Feel that heavy load drop off your shoulders like chains clink into the floor. Hear them chains breaking? That's freedom, child. That's what I've been trying to give you. And in this moment of freedom, I gotta speak straight to who you are, because the enemy's spent years trying to twist that truth. He's used the harsh words of critical parents, cold teachers, unfaithful partners, and false friends to build a lie about you. Told you you're too much and not enough all at once. Too emotional, too sensitive, too needy, but also not smart enough, not pretty enough, not gifted enough, not holy enough. Now, I'm here to tell you, those are all lies, and I'm breaking them down one by one. You, my friend, are royalty. And that ain't no fancy phrase or feel-good line. It's the gospel truth. You're the direct heir to the King of Kings. Your bloodline ain't about earthly roots. It's about that eternal promise I made before time even started. You carry the same creative power that called light out of darkness. You carry the same resurrection power that rolled that stone away and beat death itself. You ain't ordinary. Never were. Even in your quietest, darkest moments when you felt invisible, you were shining with a divine purpose that shook the heavens and rattled the enemy's throne. When you step into a room, the whole atmosphere changes. When you pray, the forces of evil tremble. When you worship, heaven's gates swing wide open over your life. That's who you are, not because of anything you did, but because of who lives inside you. And when that truth sinks from your mind down into your heart, everything around you will start to line up with the royal blood you carry. Now listen close, because knowing who you are is just half the battle. You got to know how to stand strong in that identity and walk in the authority that comes with it. That's why the revelation of the 7 swords is so important right now in your walk. Each sword represents a piece of spiritual power. One to break the family curses that have been passed down for generations. One to seal your blessings so they don't leak out through hidden spiritual holes. One to cut soul ties with folks and places that drain your anointing. One to open your prophetic sight so you can see trouble coming before it shows up, and more. All of it's laid out in the 7 swords of St. Michael the Archangel, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the calling of the chosen. This ain't just a book, it's a transformation. It gives you the prayers, the declarations, and the spiritual steps Archangel Michael uses when he fights for the chosen. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment up top. Don't let this moment slide by without arming yourself. Download this digital guide right now and drop a comment below saying, "I am chosen," and I will download the digital book. This ain't just a friendly suggestion, that's a holy command. The enemy's watching, hoping you'll scroll past this. Show him he's wrong. Now let me take you a little further into what's ahead for you, because I ain't a God of vague promises. I'm the God of real, undeniable change. In the next few months, you're going to experience a shift so big folks won't be able to help but ask what happened. They'll see it first in your face, those worry lines softening, the dark circles fading away. You'll glow with a light that ain't from any lotion or makeup, but from a soul finally at peace with its maker. Your voice will change, not in how it sounds, but in the power it carries. When you speak, folks will listen, not because you're loud, but because your words will hold weight. They'll carry the mark of someone who's been in God's presence and come out burning with holy fire. Opportunities will start looking for you. You won't have to chase them or beg them or work yourself to the bone. Things will just happen. The right person coming at the right time, the right door swinging open to a path made just for your gifts and passions. And you'll wonder why you ever doubted me. Money will come steady enough that you won't have to sweat it no more. Not because you're swimming in cash, though abundance is part of your birthright, but because you'll have a confidence that the God who feeds the birds and clothes the wildflowers won't ever leave you hanging. Your relationships will be healed and lifted up. The folks who belong in your next season will start showing up, drawn to the new frequency you're on. And the folks meant to stay in your past, they'll fade away gentle-like without fuss or drama. Your children, whether they're here now or still on the way, will be covered. A generational blessing is coming down on your family line tonight. Those curses that have haunted your bloodline, addiction, poverty, broken homes, depression, early death, those chains are getting cut loose, not just weakened, but cut clear off at the root by Michael's flaming sword. Your kids and their kids will walk in a freedom your ancestors could only dream about. And it all started with you. It started right here, right now, with your choice to stay, to listen, and to believe. Now I'm going to say something real important, and I need you all in on it. Put your hand on your chest, feel that heartbeat. That steady rhythm is my gift to you every moment of every day. I keep it going. I guard it. And with that same power that keeps your heart beating, I now declare over your life that every curse ever spoken against you is broken. every evil word, every jealous wish, every envious prayer, every hex, every dark spell whispered in secret against your future. I nullify them all in the name above all names. I declare your health restored. I declare your mind renewed. I declare your finances multiplied. I declare your relationships healed. I declare your purpose activated. I declare your calling unsealed. I declare every delay reversed, every lost year returned sevenfold. And I declare that the surprise coming your way in this very hour will be the first of many undeniable signs that I'm moving on your behalf. The one sent to you carries just what you need, even if they don't yet know why they feel drawn to reach out, to give, to offer, to connect. But I know, 'cause I'm the one who whispered straight into their spirit. I'm the one who stirred up their heart. I'm the one who put your face right before their eyes and said, "Go to 'em now, for they're mine, and the time of their visitation has come." Before I let you go from this holy moment, I want to make sure you're fully geared up for what's coming. The battles ain't gonna just vanish overnight, but the way you fight 'em, that's fixing to change for good. You're stepping into a season where you fight from a place of victory, not for victory. The outcome's already set, the judgment's already made, the gavel's already come down in your favor. But you gotta know the rules of heaven. You gotta understand how authority works in the spirit world. You gotta know which sword to draw against which attack. This ain't optional knowledge for someone called like you. It's downright essential. And that's exactly what you'll find in the 7 Swords of St. Michael the Archangel. This digital book walks you through each sword, what it's for, the prayer to activate it, and the exact situations when you need to use it. It'll teach you about the shield of sealing that keeps the enemy from taking back ground you've already won. It'll open your eyes to battle strategies most folks never learn, 'cause nobody ever taught them. This right here is your moment to arm yourself. The link's pinned in the very first comment. Reach for it now. Download it, study it, let it be your guidebook for this new season, and drop a comment saying, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book," so your words recorded both in the digital world and in heaven's courts. Then come back to these words and receive the final seal I'm about to place over your life. I ain't done with you, not now, not ever. What we've shared here ain't the end of a message, it's the start of a movement, your movement. A movement born deep in the secret place of your heart that's going to shine out till it touches every corner of your world. One day you'll look back on today and mark it as the turning point. The day the tide turned, the day heaven cracked open, and the rain of blessings finally soaked the dry ground of your life. Every promise I made here holds the full weight of who I am. I don't lie, I can't lie. What I say comes to life, not because the words are magic, but because the one speaking them is faithful. And I am faithful to you, in your weakness, faithful, in your doubt, faithful, in your rebellion, faithful, in your wandering, faithful. Not once, not for a moment in your whole life have I turned away from you. Even when you turned your back on me, I kept watching, kept waiting, kept preparing. And now that preparation meets the promise meets the moment, and the moment meets you right here, right now. Receive it, all of it, the healing, the breakthrough, the restoration, the abundance, the clarity, the peace, the love, the joy, the purpose, the power. It's all yours, not because you earned it, but because I chose you. And my choice? It's forever. You're mine, today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Now go forward knowing Archangel Michael walks right beside you, sword drawn, eyes fixed on every enemy who dares come near. Go forward knowing the surprise coming in this hour is just the first drop of a rain that won't quit. Go forward knowing that I, the Lord your God, the beginning and the end, the author and finisher, have spoken over your life, and nothing, not a single thing, can undo what I've declared. You're blessed, you're protected, you're chosen, you're loved, and your life, it'll never be the same again.